to Rick's Corner. I have a very special guest today that we've talked to maybe in the past few months about coming on and trying to make a plan. But she's so busy, she never has time for me. But now she said she did have time, and it's a pleasure to have Candace here, who is also an actress, a women's safety expert, and she's an editor of Viva Glam Magazine, which is pretty cool.
Oh, awesome.
I'm very impressed.
Oh, I'm very impressed with what you've done as well.
And I'm very impressed with your hair.
Oh, thank you. Too bad I can't just put it right there. I don't know if it's your size, but
I don't know if it's my color, but it might work.
You can borrow on the weekend.
You know, you're here for many, many reasons to talk about this stuff, but your magazine has to do with fitness.
A lot with fitness.
Okay, and this is also a fitness show, among other things. So let's just start on the fitness aspect first.
Sure.
Tell me what it does about fitness.
Well, Viva Glam Magazine is a women's lifestyle magazine. So because it's lifestyle, we incorporate all sorts of aspects of women's lives, including, beauty and makeup tips and fashion, but also fitness. And we talk about what women like to do in different age brackets.
Yeah.
And we talk about diet.
Yeah.
Very important. Also, women are always kind of interested in losing weight and toning up and all that kind of good stuff. I actually have the newest copy if you'd like to see it.
Let's show it.
This is the new copy that's not even out yet on the newsstand, so look for this. This is the Editor's Choice issue, and in it we talk a lot about just like yoga. We go to exotic locations and travel. Maybe that hair can go right here. What do you think? I think he's more a blonde than brunette.
It's a nice magazine.
Thank you. Yeah.
The thing about fitness, and I've brought this up many, many times, you train your body to be fit from within. Your heart, your lungs, your cardio system, and what on the outer side of your body, which is more about what this is about, is your skin and how you take care of your skin.
Right.
And all the things that go along with that, because your body can be great in the inside and look good, but the outside has to match. And if you don't take care of your skin, you don't hydrate, you don't use lotions, you don't use certain things in your skin to make it look good, it's not going to look good, right?
I think so, definitely. We work with a lot of different companies. We like organic, cruelty-free, 100% natural, and we also work with teaching people about organic, like coconut oil. Oh yeah. And how you can eat coconut oil, and it's great for your inside, but you can also apply coconut oil even as a makeup remover. It's great for just hydrating the skin, as a lip balm. So we have all sorts of interesting, quick tips on beauty. Doesn't have to be expensive. No. Just like, fitness doesn't have to be expensive. And we just make it quick and easy for women that are, busy during their everyday.
It's funny you said that. I was just talking to my girl last night about coconut oil. She just bought some at Ralph's. I have a bottle in there. I take a spoonful every morning. And then what I have left on the spoon, I'll take it and I'll rub it all over my face and head.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It is.
And it's also antibacterial.
Yeah.
So you can leave it out and you can still eat it. And how do you feel when you take it internally? What do you think it does to you?
It digests.
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
It helps you with digestion, though.
No, I don't know. I don't really know because I take
it.
What I do is I make my eggs and I make my oatmeal and this and that. And I take the spoon and I put it. I take it and then I mix my oatmeal with it so it melts off the spoon. So once it's down inside, I don't know where it's going, but I'm told that it does great things.
Yeah, I think it aids in digestion, and also as far as cooking is concerned, that it's really good to cook with, because they said olive oil is meant to be not heated, and you're supposed to eat it by pouring it over salads or vegetables, but coconut oil is ideal for heating up. It doesn't release a gas that olive oil does.
Yeah.
And so you can saute chard or your greens, kale, whatever, and cook with it as well.
The only thing I have noticed with coconut oil, when it sits in the jar in there, when I first got it, it was liquid. It would move around, and then overnight it came up, it looked like Crisco.
Yeah.
And then it got real hard on a cold day.
Yeah.
Then it softened up again, so it's never the same consistency.
No, it isn't, but we always like that. We notice that too. My partner's sitting over here, and he's always like, gosh, it must be heating up because I can turn it and it's easy to get out now.
Yeah,
So.
sometimes I have to chisel it out of the jar just to eat it, you know. But I hear it's good, and I thought on my face, I have to keep my face moisturized as I get to be in my 90s. And so...
you look really good for 90s. I really thought you were no more older than 75.
I'm actually not even alive. They just propped me up and dusted me off a little bit. But this stuff does work. And nutrition, you have nutrition in the magazine?
Yes, absolutely.
That's key to everything. People, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, what do you think of a vegan or vegetarian diet? I'm just curious because I know that you do bodybuilding and are so into protein.
Well, vegan is going to be almost the new way people are going nowadays. I just got some vegan protein bars in there from a company, and they're really good. I think my mindset with a lot of bodybuilders is protein, so it's meat all the time.
Right, and that's why I asked that question.
I'm curious to see a friend of mine who just passed away was a vegan bodybuilder at 80. He looked tremendous.
Wow.
you've got to have that protein source. Now, soy protein will retain water and make estrogen, so you don't want soy. But there's other types of protein you can get. Now, I heard pea protein's pretty good.
Well, I was about to say, like legumes, different types of beans I think are really good for you. I do take a lot of soy, maybe too much, because I know that that's also, it could be leading to breast cancer and different types of cancers with too much estrogen. But in our magazine and specifically, always talk about, the newest trend, which is really going vegan, vegetarian, if anything, to, do away with the animal products. But I didn't know, as somebody like you who does eat a lot of protein, if that's, something you would consider to be viable.
He's flexing over here. I always ate a lot of meat, cottage cheese, and eggs, even with Schwarzenegger, and that's the way we were all growing up. I've noticed over the past year or two, as I get older, I don't know if it has something to do with age, I can't eat as much food as I used to. And now when we go out on a Saturday night and I order a steak, I'll eat about half the steak and take half home. For some reason, the past few months, I have a hard time chewing meat. It doesn't agree with me. It just gets bigger in my mouth, and I don't like it. Chicken does the same thing after a while. So the other night we went out and I ordered swordfish. Melted in my mouth. It was fantastic.
Well, it's probably easier to digest, because actually my partner was saying before that meat and cheese, right, are some of the hardest things to digest.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They take the longest to digest.
They do. So, the meat thing right now is not real big on me. I think I'd rather switch over to fish. I don't think I'd ever become totally vegan, because I still want that. My mind says protein. Every meal you have to have protein. I have to have 200 grams a day for my body weight. So I have to get it from some source that is an animal protein, or a fish or chicken, something like that. The artificial, I don't say that, peas or beans and all that. I know that rice and beans make a complete amino acid. So Mexican food it's kind of like that. A lot of it's greasy and fatty. But it does, rice and beans makes a complete amino acid. Now, I don't know how that works on building, but it is what they say it is. So I don't know if that's a substitute. I just feel like eggs are the perfect food.
See, that's the thing, I'm not.
And that's no yolk.
I don't eat really any meat, but I do eat eggs, and I love eggs, and I think that they're just like complete in and of themselves. I've even tried the vegan egg, and I still really do like just the regular source of egg.
What's a vegan egg?
A vegan egg is it's like a powdered egg, I guess, and you mix it with water, and it becomes an omelet, what have you. But nothing beats a regular egg.
You can beat an egg. I beat mine with an ice cream. Oh, sorry. No, we talk about egg whites, and all the restaurants have egg whites, and I did the egg whites for so many years. And then a couple of experts came on and told me, part of the yolk is a good part of the egg. You don't want to just throw it out. So say for every 3 eggs, I leave 1 yolk in. And if I go out to eat in a restaurant, you want the whole egg? I don't take the whole egg. That's where all the nutrients are. Yeah,
and whenever I make him an omelet, he always allows me 1 yolk, and then he puts the rest is the
That's
white
right.
omelet. Yeah, and
the yolk is the fat, and the fat is burned as energy. And what people don't realize, this is really a true statement. Carbohydrates are stored as fat. So if you're eating sugars and they're going to store as fat. Fats are readily burned up as energy. So if you store it as fat, then you burn the fat up, and you're taking carbs, you're storing more fat. If you eat fats like the yolk of the egg, or fats, the right fats, you can burn that up as energy.
And fat, people don't really realize too that fat is actually good for you. A certain amount of fat is healthy for your nails, your skin, your hair. It makes your skin, you were talking about, your skin vibrant, and it makes your hair shine. And I think it's really important that fat, for some reason, has become a bad word. Fat is you're afraid of fat.
Yeah.
And I think that we really do need fat in your diet. Otherwise, people have like a dry, flaky skin that's dull.
Totally.
Your hair doesn't shine. And people always want to know secrets about what makes your hair look so great or whatever. And he said every once in a while you got to have fat. There's nothing wrong with it.
I always get a little nervous when you talk about hair.
Why?
Well, obviously.
He texted me and he was like, my daughter dyed her hair light pink, and I said, I love it, I want to do purple. And then he texted me back, yeah, we should both do it. And I said, yes, we have to.
Here.
Oh, wait a second.
But the fats, the fats also lubricate the joints.
Yeah, they do, exactly.
I take the fish oil. I've been taking it twice a day now. My joints actually feel better. Didn't know that was going to work, but it worked. Who knows?
How do you feel about that? What is it, chondroitin?
I never ever thought it worked, ever. And I took it, didn't feel much. Now I've been taking it 3 times a day, and I've been on it for 2 months. My shoulders feel better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's it, but they feel 60% better.
My brother takes it, and he said that his joints are better, his knees are better, and see, that's what I was saying. You should take that as well.
It's cheap stuff. I mean, it's cheap to take, and you just got to remember when you lay your pills out in the morning, lay everything out, because when you're in the place that I am, the pills, there's like, I have 10 every morning.
Oh, really?
I have to carry them with me when I go to eat, and I have to remember to take them. So, you can't find everything in one pill.
What all do you take, just out of idle curiosity?
Well, I take the omegas, and I take folic acid, and I take vitamin D because they told me that I need to take that. Fenugreek, which is an herb, it's also an IGF stimulator for growth hormone. Fenugreek is a cheap herb. The glucosamine, digestive enzymes are really important. Vitamin C, I think that's about it. I take arginine and ornithine, which is a fat burner as well. In fact, arginine is great for dilating your muscles when you work out. It pumps them up. So those things, I kind of vary them. I mean, you'll see I have like 50 bottles in there.
Yeah, I noticed some bottles in the kitchen. I noticed on the counter.
It's a lot of supplements to take. So let's go on to something else here. You said you have a film coming out, speaking of fat, because I saw some pictures. And
I sent you these pictures.
It reminded me of Shallow Hal.
Yes! In fact, the people that did the special effects makeup, I just did a movie called A Week in London, and I actually portray a woman who's 450 pounds, and she goes on a reality weight loss show, and she wins and loses all the weight, and then becomes the girl that you love to hate. And so I went through 5 hours of prosthetics for makeup, hair, fat suit, everything, and became 450 pounds. It was a really interesting experience.
I'm sure.
But it's the same type of Rick Baker-ish makeup that they did for Shallow Hal and Mrs. Doubtfire and the Nutty Professor.
I knew Rick Baker when he started.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I worked with a couple of him and his protégés when I did The Incredible Hulk and some of the prosthetic makeup.
Oh yeah, because you did prosthetics too.
Yeah, and I did Mistress of the Apes, where I had to be like the Planet of the Apes guy, so they did all that as well. Those pictures are awesome because Shallow Hal, the first time I saw that with the makeup, I didn't realize they could do something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I mean, I went through, they had me go and they tried on all sorts of prosthetics at a prosthetic shop, and then they did color match tests where they actually got the prosthetics and matched my skin in different colors to the prosthetic, and then the day that we actually did it, it took 5 hours to do, and then also 1 hour to take off because it's so, involved.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I did my face, I took it off with spirit gum or something. And then you have to really watch the skin because it can burn your skin. The question I have with that, when you're in a suit like that, I know me, wearing a wrestling mask or a bodysuit, I would get claustrophobia. I get anxiety just being enclosed in something. Did it bother you?
It did. I didn't think that it would because I don't have claustrophobia, but I felt like when I was sitting there, the impulse to claw it off because it's stuck completely to your face. There's no air pockets. There can't be, otherwise it doesn't look realistic when you move. And so in between takes, I'd be sitting there looking 450 pounds in a chair holding a fan because it was unbelievably hot in the body. I said the only thing that was showing that was mine were my eyes, and that was it. My entire body was enclosed. So it was really a claustrophobic experience.
I'll tell you a little secret I heard. I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but Doug told me he was more attracted to you when you were 450 pounds.
I believe it because he always wanted to kiss me. He actually came to set and he saw me. He took the time to come to set when I was 450 pounds, and we have pictures together.
I actually snorted too. The AD said, "Did you actually snort?" And I said, "Yes, I did."
That's so funny. Confessions of a Hollywood bartender?
Yeah, I did a pilot for HBO that's not out yet, and it's a show based on a bestseller, and it's got Kelsey Grammer's daughter in it, and also Chris Calvodino, who was in Boardwalk Empire, and also The Sopranos. It's the same people from HBO. So I'm excited about it, so we'll see what happens with it.
What about Sunny in Philadelphia?
I just did that, and you can actually, it just aired, so you can see it on, I think it's fxnetworks.com.
Yeah, sure.
So that was another one that was fun.
And then you're going to Dubai?
Well, maybe. We always get to travel. My partner is so kind enough to sponsor a lot of the trips that we do for Viva Glam Magazine, and the next one that we're doing is Dubai. So we're excited to go. And both of us were like in the map, like, where exactly is Dubai? We don't even know where it is. I think it's by Iran and Iraq, but so
I'm not quite sure where it is.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
I thought it was up by Pacoima.
Pacoima is hard to get to too.
Straight up Van Nuys, you'll be right there.
So we've been, we've had the pleasure because of him. We've gone to like Costa Rica, we've gone to Dubai, and we've gone to not Dubai. Where was
Mexico?
Belize and Mexico and all these great places. And
nice.
So it's been really fun to shoot there, and we've gotten some incredible content that you can actually see in the magazine when you look inside.
Where can they find the magazine?
On newsstands. You can also order it through the website. Okay. We also have a website that's a lot more fleshed out than the magazine as far as fitness and diet and all that, and that's vivaglammagazine.com.
Okay, I'm going to put that up anyway for you.
Oh, please do. Thank you so much. We're actually having right now our 2016 model search, and whoever wins the model search actually gets to go on one of these trips.
That's awesome.
It's very exciting.
I have to mention World Gym ambassadors because World Gym sponsors me, and they have ambassadors now out in different parts of the United States. And what they're doing on their website is they're having, every week they have a new workout. I probably have just a few minutes on each body part. So if you go on my description of this the show, you'll see the click on the link and watch the World Gym ambassadors take you through a workout. You can see what's going on in the world of World Gym. So what's your plans for the future?
My plans for the future are continue to work for the magazine. I'm managing editor of the magazine. I've been working for 3 years, and I've been an actor actually for over 20 years. And so,
Wait a minute. You told me you're only 17.
well, you know, when my previous life, I was like Clark Gable or something. You know, did Gone with the Wind a long time ago, 1942. But anyways, yeah. So I have always wanted to be an actor. That's why I came out here from Texas. So I continue doing that and writing and editing, and it keeps me pretty busy.
That's awesome. It's
So-
creative, and that's what life's all about.
It really is. I think if you're a right-brain person,
Right.
you know, which I am, and I always have to be doing something creative,
Yeah.
it just keeps me going, and I enjoy it, and I wake up every day, you know, excited.
Does your mind work 24/7?
I think it does. Unfortunately, I can't shut it off.
No, I'm the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to sleep at night. You get your most creative minutes sometimes when you're sleeping. And sometimes I used to think you've had an AV plug in the side of your head. You wake up in the morning, it's recorded on your machine, and then you play back what you dreamt, and that's your goal for the day.
Exactly.
I think it's a great idea if we could ever invent something like that.
He's saying something I can't see.
Are we leaving
Ask
something
me
out?
about Robbie, like your nephew.
Oh, yes, that's
Big
right.
fan.
Yes.
My nephew is a huge fan of yours.
Yes. Wait a minute,
And
I have a huge fan. Oh, it used to be in here. It's in that room now.
oh, you moved it over there.
I took it down because it was.
So my nephew was that huge fan, and so I was going to ask you later if you could please autograph something to him because he's a young bodybuilder and he's just getting into the business.
Sure.
And I have to tell you that when he came here last year from Texas, the main thing was he had to go down to Venice Boulevard, down to the Gold's Gym in Venice,
Yeah, sure.
and take photos because he was so excited.
I have something. I either have a picture of all of us guys like that, or I have the underwear I wore back then.
Is it crusty?
Yes, of
You
course.
know, because he was crusty. I don't know if he wants it or not.
No,
but maybe you could sell it on eBay.
I
What
put
do
some
you
of
think?
the Febreze on it. It should be okay.
Okay, or you
So,
could sell it.
where can people find you on the internet if they want to look you up?
Easy, Candace Kita and add.com. That's one place. Or I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Awesome.
So please take a look. Or take a look at my IMDb.
Okay. You're empty what?
IMDb.
Oh, IMDb?
Yeah.
You said MTB.
Is that a new
No, I'm
social
kidding. I'm kidding.
platform or something? Snapchat.
Thank you so
Periscope,
Thank you
or-
so much for being here. It's been really enjoyable.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so glad we actually got to do this.
Me too. And you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
It's rickdrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.